What is up, wrestling fans? KayFabe Chronicles with your host JP, coming to you yet with another crazy video. As most wrestling people in the world, a lot of us follow a lot of the different leagues on the internet. Me, obviously, I follow WWE, NXT, a little bit in New Japan, slowly getting into Ring of Honor and TNA. Yesterday on my news feed, WWE posted. I had no idea what it was when I first saw the picture, but it was a group of videos for a brand called Southpaw Regional Wrestling. First, I didn't know what the heck it was. The picture itself, the thumbnail, was John Cena wearing a wig, so of course I was intrigued, as most of you guys were who've probably seen it, so I clicked on it, and boy was I not disappointed. Pretty much, just to sum it up in a nutshell, it's kind of a funny comedic WWE take on what old 1980s territorial and regional wrestling syndicated programming was. Me, luckily, I'm a lot older than I look. I wasn't a lot of wrestling in my area growing up, but watching it really reminded me of a local promotion that we had here in Winnipeg called the IWA. It aired weekly on the local cable access shows. It played at various venues throughout the city. I lived really close to one of them, so I did catch a couple of shows there. And it was hosted by the wonderful Don Callis. Those of you who don't know who he is, he had a brief stint in the pro wrestling world, otherwise known as the Jackal, but a lot of people would know him as Cyrus in WWE. Just the production value of this Southpaw Regional Wrestling thing really took me back to watching this old cable access wrestling show. It pretty much had everything that you'd expect. It had, you guys definitely got to check it out. I will put a link in the description and a thumbnail at the end of this video. But, oh god, just low production value. Like, WWE even went as far as putting, like, the old VHS-style gradients on the screen. Like the two commentators, talking about it. They would deliver their line, and then they would just kind of stand there and just, stare at the camera waiting for the cutaway, because back then, there was no quick cuts, no quick transactions, no editing. It was all live feed. So yeah, there'd be moments where you're trying to cut away to the next camera and you're still stuck on the main anchor. Full props to John Cena as Lance Catamaran. I thought he did an absolute freaking hilarious job in this, playing like the old style, like straight-faced Gordon Solie style commentator. Constantly referring back to his olden days as a news broadcaster and how he feels demoted for having to do some cable access wrestling show. But just the sheer comedy in this entire thing really, really brought me back. Like the cheesy promos, the cheesy 80s music, the crazy, the crazy weird green screen effects. Full props, throwing this out to the Ascension as the surfer dudes with attitude. I'm smelling a repackaging here. You know what? In WWE, if you really want to push the Ascension, I think you should have them come as the Surf Dudes. I would totally buy that. I would fear the shit out of those two guys. And of course, like, the highlight of the entire thing was Rusev as Big Bart. Big Bartholomew, a farmer character. And you can tell Rusev's really trying not to laugh during this. Like, he's delivering, like, he's trying his best to give, like, a southern drawl accent, but his Bulgarian accent is still coming through. But just the improvised lines that he had, he absolutely stole the show. He was just... Rusev is a funny guy, and I wish WWE would do a hell of a lot more with Rusev. Hopefully this will be a gateway to push Rusev more. Overall, like I say, you guys haven't seen it, please, I strongly recommend you guys check it out. Give yourselves a laugh. Like, it was just a really good throwback to how I remember watching wrestling growing up. Just had the cheesy music, the craziness going back and forth, the great character work by everybody. And I love that every single time something would screw up, they would swear and they would bleep it out. There's a great moment at the end, spoiler alert, where John Cena just absolutely, as Lance Catamaran, absolutely flips out and, pretty much tells the production team that they're just complete garbage, and it cuts to the, technical difficulties. Good job, WWE, on releasing this. I just figured I'd throw a little quick thing out there if you guys haven't checked it out. Strongly recommend it. It's absolutely hilarious. All 4 videos are about 20 minutes or so in length. Give yourselves a treat. Check it out. Laugh your asses off. Relive what wrestling was back in the 80s and how I remember growing up watching it. So, thank you guys. thank you WWE for releasing this. I hope you guys do crazy stuff like this. Maybe even doing like early 90s, mid 90s stuff, because that was absolutely funny as hell too. Well, there you guys have it. If you liked the video, please crush that like button. Subscribe for more great videos as always. Follow us on Twitter using the 2 name tags below, and we've also recently created a Facebook page. So please give us a follow on that. I'll also put a link to that into the description below. This is JP from KayFabe Chronicles, and I'll see you guys next time. Retro shirt for retro video, yeah!